What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another review video. Big shout out goes out to ECLIO for reaching out to me and asking me to review one of their electric bikes. This is the F02 model, and this is pretty much like a moped style electric bike for a very affordable price. Now I want to stop for a second and show you how I fit on this bike, even though you can kind of see it right now, but I want to show you that. I want to show you the suspension, and then we'll talk about the specs. Let's get started. So this is what I look like on this bike. Just to give you a size reference, I'm 5'8", I weigh 160 pounds. Now this e-bike is a little bit larger than your typical e-bike, but I can still reach the floor no problem, and the sitting position is very nice and comfortable. The seat is really comfortable, very soft and plush. As far as the suspension, in the front we have a generic front fork. It's like a little bit too stiff, but it's better than not having anything. And in the rear we have a rear monoshock that is also kind of stiff, but of course we're going to be testing everything today. In this review I'm going to go over everything there's to know about the ECLIO F02. But first, let's get started with the specs. So this is the ECLIO F02 electric bike. It features a 1000-watt peak hub motor in the rear, coupled with a 48 volts, 13 amp hour removable battery. ECLIO claims that this should give you a range of up to 50 miles, depending on riding mode and riding conditions, of course. We have 20-inch by 4-inch fat tires, coupled with mechanical brakes front and rear with 160mm rotors. This bike also has a front suspension fork, as well as a rear monoshock for a smooth, comfortable ride, a Shimano 7-speed with the Shimano derailleur, and a very large and comfortable seat. In the front we have a headlight that is decently bright, and in the rear we have a taillight, an active brake light, as well as turn signals. That is always good. And the max load for this bike is 330 pounds. Up on the handlebars we have our rear brake, our half twist throttle, and our Shimano gear changer. In the center we have a nice color display, and on the left side we have our front brake, our on, off, and mode selector buttons, headlight button, turn signals, and a horn. And that is pretty much it for the specs. Now as far as the price, this current model goes for $699, which is absolutely crazy. These e-bikes just keep on getting cheaper and cheaper. It's absolutely nuts. And $699 is without my discount code. I will have a discount code in the description down below where you can save a little bit more off this thing, making it an insane deal. Is it though? That is exactly what we're going to find out today. So let's jump straight into our speed test. Alright, now before we do the speed test, I do want to show you the starting procedure. This battery does have an on-off switch, which needs to be turned on in order for the bike to turn on. And this bike also comes with 2 NFC cards. Hopefully you guys can see them. So once you're on the bike, we hit the power button for a few seconds. It's going to do its little startup situation and then ask for either a password or the NFC card. You put the NFC card to the screen and the bike turns on. Now this bike has 3 pedal assist modes. 0 means no throttle, and we have 1, 2, and 3. For our speed test, I'm going to be testing mode 3. Last thing I do want to note is this bike might come locked out of the box at about 20 miles an hour, and you can unlock it to make it go 28 miles an hour. I already unlocked mine, but pretty much with the bike off, you want to hold both brakes and the throttle fully. So throttle all the way down, both brakes engaged. You want to turn the bike on and then somehow swipe the NFC card when it asks for the NFC card, and you want to hold that for about 10 seconds, and then you let everything go and the bike is unlocked. Again, I already did it to mine, so I'm going to be testing pedal assist mode 3 unlocked. So I got my GPS app open and the speed reset. Sweet. Throw that in my pocket and let's see how fast this thing can go. Okay, so very chill takeoff. It's not gonna yank you back crazy or fly from underneath you. Very subtle and slowly creeping up to that top speed. Bike is showing 28, 29. Let's see how accurate that speedometer is. And it seems like we're already reached the top speed. If I get anywhere near 28 miles an hour, I'd be happy. I'm just gonna keep on going till the end of this road to give it enough time, my GPS app enough time to catch up. That should be sufficient enough. let's stop and check our results. Okay, beautiful. Look at that. My GPS app is showing 28.2 miles per hour. That is perfect. That is great news for a couple reasons. One, the speedometer did hit 29 for a second, but it was mainly on 28, so that lets me know that the speedometer is pretty accurate, and that is good to see. Secondly, I know that the unlocking procedure actually worked, and we are unlocked at the full potential of this bike. And third is, for those of you who are concerned about, the law, the e-bike law and regulations, class 3 e-bikes are up to 28 miles an hour, and you're completely legal with this bike. But anyways, that was our speed test. Now let's do our brake test, and these are mechanical brakes, 160 millimeter rotor. Let's see how they perform. I'm gonna make my way up to about 20 miles an hour here. It's not gonna happen at this light pole. Next light pole. Okay, 20 miles an hour, hitting the brakes in 3, 2, go. Okay, so from that light pole to where I'm at, we are looking at about 10 or 12 to 15 feet, something like that. So an estimated stopping distance of about 12 to 15 feet from about 20 miles an hour. Now, these are brand new brakes, and they'll only get better with time as soon as they bed in, and you should expect better results. But anyways, that was our brake test. So, riding experience. It's pretty nice on this thing. Like I said in the intro, this bike is fairly bigger than most of these moped style e-bikes. So it kind of feels like you're the king of the world. You're sitting pretty high up and you feel like you're gonna be able to roll over everything, and it's a pretty nice kind of feeling that I get from this bike. Now, despite this bike being larger than typical, it is very nimble and very agile. You can carve with this thing, get pretty low, and I feel very, very confident on this thing. It's a really fun experience. Let's see how stable this bike is. It kind of feels fairly stable, but let's see how it does over a bump. Okay, fairly stable. Very impressive. Let's talk suspension for a second. Let's see how it does over a bump. Got some air on that one, I think, but the shocks, as you guys can see, they're a bit bouncy. They're very generic, but at the same time they kind of fit this style of bike. Of course, we all want better suspension, but for the price that you're paying for this bike, I think it's sufficient enough. Let's see how it does with a little curb hop. Will it like it? Oh my god, like butter. That was really impressive. Holy cow, that was really, really impressive. Like I said, generic fork, but kind of fits this bike. Okay, size and fitment. I mean, you guys been seeing me riding on there, and I'm 5'8", like I said in the intro as well. I showed you, fits very nice. As far as the seat though, that is a game changer. Look how soft this seat is. Absolutely insane. Very wide, very large. One of the more comfortable seats I've ever got to review. Amazing. In regards to the tune, the throttle response is very nice and responsive, and like I said when we did the speed test, it doesn't yank you back, but it gradually starts and gets going, and once it is going, it's very responsive. Again, this is a 1,000-watt peak bike, so don't expect craziness. But let's talk about the pedal assist. Let's see how long that takes. I got my left foot forward, half a revolution, one. Okay, so 1 1/4 revolutions get the pedal assist going, and again, very gradual, and then it kind of gives it a little bit more of a kick, and it gets going fairly quick if you are one of those people who pedals. Is this thing good for off-road? So with the power that it has and everything else, I don't really classify this as a crazy off-roader. I see it more as like a commuter or cruiser. We are still going to be testing it because this is a review. Now this section right here is fairly flat, so shouldn't be a problem for the bike, I am, however, working my way to something a little bit more demanding to see how it handles like hill climbs and things like that. Again, don't expect nothing crazy here as far as hill climbing performance. Now that flat part was no match. Let's try this part, a little bit more demanding. The camera never does it justice, but it's rougher than what it looks. And we have this little hill climb over here. Let's see, I'm gonna lose all my speed. Okay, and let's see what happens. Okay, struggling a little bit. I have to give it a little push, but was able to do it. Again, don't expect crazy hill climbing performance out of this thing. Okay, so it was just about able to do this hill climb. Again, it's very short. If it was twice the size, it wouldn't have been able to do it. And that's why I wouldn't 100% recommend taking this thing like to extreme off-road sections. If you're going to like boardwalk, riding around the city, very light trails on parks like the one that we did earlier, that's perfectly fine. But anything too extreme might be a little bit too much for this. So, what do I think about the ECLIO F02 electric moped style e-bike? Let's do things I like, things I don't like, and is this thing good value for money or not? Let's start with things I like. I like the looks of this bike. I think it looks great. I like that seat, man. That was a comfortable seat. I really like that display as well. Very easy to read, very bright. I like having a headlight, taillight, brake light, turn signals. That is very good. And I like the fact that you can unlock this bike, making it go faster. That is very nice. Now let's do things I don't like. And throughout the review, I thought about it. But taking the price into consideration, there's not much that I can say that I don't like about this bike. The only thing I could say is like mechanical brakes. I wish they were hydraulic, but at the same time they perform decent. The suspension, which is generic, but again at the same time performed pretty good. I was surprised with it. But all these things, as soon as you change them, the price started going up. So for $699, and I will have a discount code for you guys, that'll be in the description along with a link. If you're interested in this bike, I mean, you can't really ask for more. So it's very hard to come up with things I don't like for that price point. Now, with all that stuff being said, is this thing good value for money or not? Again, for $699, and that is without my discount, that is a pretty decent value for money. If you're just looking for a bike to get around town, run some errands, small commute, go to the store to get some snacks, ride around the neighborhood or parks, I mean, you can't go wrong with this. Now, I'm pretty sure I was able to go over everything there's to know about this electric bike, but in case I missed anything, leave it in the comment section and I will do my best to answer. This has been the ECLIO F02 electric bike review. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.